this edition of Lexington Now, 250 Lex Events, cold weather safety, and the Minority Business Enterprise Program. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of December 16th, 2024. 2025 and Lexington's 250th birthday are rapidly approaching. Mayor Gorton and city officials gave us an update on what's in store for the celebration.
We are planning a year-long celebration for Lexington's 250th anniversary, a celebration of all things Lexington. Today, we're here to talk about some exciting plans we have coming up during the first quarter of 2025, January, February, and March. The 250 Lex Commission will feature several key events each month. Local businesses, restaurants, and nonprofit organizations are involved in hosting these events. Events held during the month of 2020, each month of 2025 will focus on different aspects of Lexington. January is devoted to wellness, February to history, March is education, April to music and the written word, May is dedicated to diversity, June will be all about homecoming, July is culinary, August is business, September is sports, October is equine, November we're highlighting the arts, and December will be focused on the future of Lexington. We start in January with health and wellness. Programming will be in partnership with Lexington healthcare providers, including UK Healthcare, Baptist Health, and CHI St. Joseph Health, which are sponsoring events throughout the month. The YMCA of Central Kentucky has developed programming that will occur at YMCA locations across Lexington.
So the 250 Lex Health and Wellness Committee is excited to bring activities and events to the community throughout 2025 to inspire and support our neighbors setting goals for a healthier self. From traditional wellness initiatives like movement and nutrition to exploring the mental and spiritual benefits of connectedness and community, there will be opportunities for the whole Lexington community to participate. While we are planning for an entire year of activities, we're kicking things off the first weekend of January 2025 with Jumpstart the New Year, which is a weekend-long series of events hosted at the 4 Lexington area YMCA locations. So Saturday, January 4th, there are free activities at the Whitaker Family YMCA and the High Street YMCA here in downtown Lexington. Sunday, January 5th, we are hosting free activities at our Beaumont location and the North Lexington Family YMCA. We will have a variety of activities that are family-friendly and free to the community. Registration is required, so we will point you to the 250 Lex website for the event listings and more information about each of these activities.
In February, programming will be focused on different aspects of Lexington's rich history. Events will be in partnership with Lexington's History Museum and various historic landmarks. A Sunday supper series will invite residents to learn more about Lexington's past, its future, and its present. March will focus on education. 250 Lex is working with both local public and private schools to produce inclusive, interesting programming. Highlighting the month, a week-long scavenger hunt will challenge Lexington residents to learn more about our town. It's hard to plan any year-long celebration. Thankfully, we have a great team leading the way. Last year, I appointed Eunice Beatty and Kip Cornett to lead the 250 Lex Anniversary Commission, which includes 25 people from across our city. These two are working with my staff, the 250 Lex Commission, and several community partners to make this celebration a success. Thank you both for your many contributions, and Kip brought out our new 250 Lex flag, which I think they're going to spread out so everybody can see it. It's very beautiful. And we hope to see all of you, everybody, on New Year's Eve at Central Bank Center. And go ahead and go on 250lex.com to check all the details, because we're going to have a really rip-roaring New Year's Eve celebration, right? So I wish everyone wonderful holidays, Merry Christmas, and come start with New Year's Eve to get this 250 just kicked off in a fine way. Thank you all. Thank you all.
The cold weather months have arrived, and it's important to remember to take precautions to avoid cold-related illness and injury. Here are some tips. Like it or not, winter is upon us, and it often brings hazards like snow and ice. But there is another danger that is not as frequently addressed, and that is the cold. During especially cold weather, it is best to stay indoors. But if you must venture out, here are some guidelines you should follow to stay safe. Dress warmly in layered clothing, including a hat, a scarf, or knit mask to cover your face and mouth, sleeves that are snug at the wrist, mittens, a water-resistant coat, and water-resistant boots. Avoid exertion, as cold weather puts an extra strain on the heart. Those with heart disease or high blood pressure should follow their doctor's advice about shoveling snow or performing other activities in the cold. When outside, avoid walking on ice and keep your steps and walkways as free of snow and ice as possible. Be on the lookout for signs of hypothermia and frostbite, two common cold weather-related health problems. Warning signs of hypothermia, which is an abnormally low body temperature, include shivering, exhaustion, confusion, fumbling hands, memory loss, slurred speech, and drowsiness. If you detect symptoms of hypothermia, seek medical care immediately. Get the victim into a warm room and remove any wet clothing. Warm the center of the body first with an electric blanket if available. Otherwise, use skin-to-skin contact under loose, dry layers of blankets, clothes, towels, or sheets. Warm beverages can help increase the body temperature, but do not use alcoholic beverages. Warning signs of frostbite or an injury to the body caused by freezing include redness or pain in any skin area, white or grayish-yellow skin, skin that feels unusually firm or waxy, and numbness. If you detect symptoms of frostbite, seek medical care immediately. Get the victim into a warm room and immerse the affected area in warm, not hot, water. Do not rub the frostbitten area with snow or massage it, as this can cause more damage. Do not use a heating pad, heat lamp, or the heat of a stove, fireplace, or radiator for warming, as the frostbitten areas are numb and can be easily burned. These procedures are not substitutes for medical care, and all emergencies should be reported to a physician or healthcare provider. If you follow these simple rules and exercise caution, you can weather the worst winter has to offer and come out healthy on the other side when the warm breezes of spring start to blow. After this, the Minority Business Enterprise Program.
Hello everyone, I'm Tiffany Brown, Equity and Implementation Officer in the Mayor's Office and Chair of the A Sense of Place Committee. I'm here today to talk about A Sense of Place, an initiative dedicated to preserving the history of Lexington's rural Black hamlet and celebrating those that remain active today. More than 20 historic Black hamlets have been identified in Fayette County. Most are located in rural areas. Our historic hamlets have been and are home to generations of lived experiences, traditions, and culture. Houses, churches, schools, grocery stores, agricultural enterprises, and lodge halls for community gatherings were found in many hamlets. A sense of place is a partnership between community members with direct connection to our hamlets and the city of Lexington. Its goal is to raise awareness about what the hamlets represent and to identify steps that are needed to take to preserve their history. The A Sense of Place Committee includes local historian Yvonne Giles, local historian Calvin Graves, Executive Director of the Lexington History Museum Mandy Higgins, Haydentown resident Dr. Alvin Seals, Haydentown Baptist Church pastor Reverend Leon Slatter, and others. With support from members of the Haydentown community, A Sense of Place is currently raising funds for maintenance updates and programming of the Haydentown Rosenwald School and property located at 705 Hayden Lane. In the early 2000s, members of the Haydentown community worked with the city to preserve the school. In the early 20th century, Rosenwald schools were found across the South, serving rural Black children and families during segregation. Many of the buildings have been destroyed. Lexington is proud that the Haydentown School still stands and wants to preserve the history and significance that so many of these schools have had in our hamlet communities. The funds will complete the restoration of the school and upgrade the historic cemetery and church building. The school will permanently house artifacts that tell the story of Lexington's hamlet. We hope you will join us.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Lexington has a process to become a certified minority, veteran, or woman-owned business for contracts with the city. Sharita Miller talks about the Minority Business Enterprise Program.
Hello, my name is Sharita Miller, and I am the Minority Program Coordinator, also known as the Minority Business Enterprise Liaison for Lexington Fayette Urban County Government. And my role is to assist diverse businesses through our procurement process. The City of Lexington, we have increased our participation goal on city's contracts and procurements. We now have an overall 17% goal with separate minimum goals for minority business enterprises, 5%, 12% for women business enterprises, in addition to the 3% veteran-owned participation goal that we ask our contractors to make a good faith effort in meeting on the city's contracts and procurements. Through the Minority Business Enterprise Program, in partnership with the Kentucky Apex Accelerator, which is formerly known as the Kentucky Procurement Assistance Technical Center, I host outreach webinars and events on how to do business with LFUCG. I talk about certifications that are accepted through the Enterprise Program for diverse businesses. So I have quarterly webinars and in-person events. For example, upcoming, my director and I, we're going to have a co-presentation on doing business with LFUCG. And it's a webinar in partnership with the Kentucky Apex Accelerator. And we will talk about, I'll do an overview about the Minority Business Enterprise Program, some of the benefits that it provides to diverse businesses. Along with my director, Todd Slayton, he will talk about how to do business with LFUCG. We'll talk about the Ion Wave system. That's our purchasing software system where all of our bids and proposals are issued, how to get registered in that system, and just be prepared for upcoming opportunities that the city has. The city has a lot of contracts and procurements and projects coming up over the next fiscal year, so we'll highlight those as well. There is networking opportunities, and particularly at in-person events hosted through the Enterprise Program. They can do some B2B, they can network among themselves, but also get the opportunity to meet prime contractors. At times, the prime contractors will contact me and say, Sharita, I don't know of any MBE or WBE or veteran-owned small businesses. And through the Enterprise Program, I do maintain a certified list of those business types. And those contractors, they get that list on a monthly basis after attending a pre-bid meeting or a pre-proposal conference, or anybody can contact me directly to get that list. That certified list is now on the Enterprise Program's Lex Links page, so anybody can access that certified list. Contractors are those companies who bid on some of our larger construction projects. And then we also have our professional service companies as well, our firms for architect, engineering, design. We also have suppliers who provide materials for, contracts and procurements on the construction side, maybe even the professional services. And then we have vendors who provide our commodities. That could be paper, janitorial supplies, automobiles, et cetera. So the word contractor is mostly used in the construction industry, but we use different terms from contractor to supplier to vendor, et cetera. And so on an annual basis, I'll have at least 1 to 2 in-person events where they can learn about upcoming projects and contracts that the City of Lexington has. I host that annual Construction Business Connection event in February. That's the largest event that I host where departments and divisions, they can come, share the upcoming opportunities, but also get to network and meet the companies in attendance. So the program has grown. Recently, we conducted a disparity study. It's the very first one for Lexington Fayette Urban County government to assess the disparity in the availability of minority and women-owned businesses on the city's contracts and procurements. So we're in the process of implementing the measures recommended by the consultant firm, which was BBC Research and Consulting LLC, and we had 2 local sub-consultants on the project team, which was EHI Consultants and Abundant Living. And so we're in the process of implementing, if not the remaining of those measures. Majority of them have already been implemented, but we still have a couple more to implement as well. Companies register in advance for the events. Like I said before, I have a partnership with the Kentucky Apex Accelerator. They do all of my event and webinar registration. And when you register with the Kentucky Apex Accelerator, you have the option to become a client because they help all small businesses, not only in Lexington, Fayette County, but throughout the state of Kentucky, who's interested in government contracting, just not at the local level, but at the state and federal level. To learn more information about the Minority Business Enterprise Program, you can contact me, Sharita Miller, Minority Business Enterprise Liaison, via email, smiller@lexingtonky.gov, or you can call me at 859-258-3323.
The holidays are here, and you've probably come across a pesky strand of lights or 2 that aren't working anymore. Here's the best and most environmentally friendly way to get rid of them.
If you're decorating for the holidays and you've realized that some of your lights aren't shining anymore, you can bring them to us as part of our Holiday Lights collection drive. Never put holiday lights or other electronics in your blue recycle cart because it can tangle up in the equipment and damage things at the recycle center. We're replacing the baler at the recycling center, so we want to make sure that we keep our new equipment functioning well so that we can recycle efficiently and keep providing as much recycling as we can to Central Kentucky. So we want to make sure that we're getting rid of these things that aren't useful anymore in a way that keeps our recycling equipment safe and functioning well. All year round, you can take holiday lights and other electronics to the Electronics Recycling Center at 1306 Versailles Road. But during the holiday season until January 12th, we have collection bins around town to make it convenient to recycle your holiday lights when you're out and about. You can find locations to drop off the lights at lexingtonky.gov/holiday waste, where you can also find other tips for recycling and reusing this holiday season. For more information about holiday lights recycling or other environmental initiatives in Lexington, you can visit lexingtonky.gov/livegreen or follow us at LiveGreenLex on social media on Facebook and Instagram.
That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on X at LexRex or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.